Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Chalice Chats. We left off last time after I lost a whole bunch of Blood Echoes. Well, a whole bunch for me, about a level's worth. I keep wanting to run forward. But no, we have to go backwards. We are dealing with a pre-lantern side path. So, and while I'm here, I might as well put my lantern back on. So this is another new session where I've had the benefit of being able to go and look back over the old footage, and I noticed something rather sneaky about the room where I died repeatedly, where the aliens were blasting me with their magic spells, which was that I think that neither of the aliens have the protrusions that come out of their heads that indicate they're magic users for most of the game. Look at that. Confirmation. Beautiful. It's proof right there. That alien has the look of of an enemy that can't use spells. But there it was, using spells to blast me. I remember the werewolf. Give me back that pit of... There's two werewolves? Oh, man. And two brain suckers. This room is nasty. Nasty, nasty, nasty. I want to deal with the werewolves before I deal with the brain suckers, I think. Let's, alright, so I've got my saw cleaver out. Now, where did the wolves go? Oh, hello. They're both here. Uh-huh. Uh-oh. Yep. Keep coming after me. Keep on coming on. Let's go. Come on. Uh-huh. Very good. Very good. So long. Werewolf number 1 is down. Oh, there was a... Oh, that could have been real bad. There was a brain sucker behind me as well. Okay, let's just, try and be a little bit careful. 3 strikes and you're out. Alrighty. And I think I can deal with this brain sucker here. What's this? Ooh, blood vials. I need those. I'm using them. Okay. And 1, 2, 3. There goes Mind Flayer number 2. Yeah, they keep dropping these gems in this chalice. It's interesting. Okay. Oh, and actually, since I'm not actually using my gun for anything, 1, 2, 3. Might as well get some extra light from the torch. There we are. Yeah, this is all much more manageable with the what are they called? The spellcasters dealt with. Once it's all a matter of melee fighting, melee-based enemies, easier for me to deal with. Those must have been... well, actually, looks like I got 2 of them anyway, so I guess they were blood vials. I was going to say those must have been bullets. Uh-huh. I thought I dealt with everyone. Apparently, that was wrong. Oh, it was actually bullets on that guy. Okay. I'm so used to seeing them give me gems. Okay. Just gonna roll against these walls here, just because you never know. But that impressive-looking sarcophagus is probably what I'm here for. These are likely to be the chalice materials that I... Ooh, no. Interesting. It's a arcane gem. Normally, the main treasure off of these side paths, I've said this before, is high-level chalice materials. It's how you're able to kind of rather seamlessly go from one chalice dungeon to another in fairly rapid sequence. I suppose if you make enough of them, you'd have to do a bunch of grinding still. But, oh, I almost just slid down the ladder right into the scorpion. Maybe forget the ladder. Maybe I'll just roll across come over here and see what's up this way. I believe this is the one pathway that I have yet to explore, and by the looks of this door, I may be unable to explore it. Indeed. That's probably going to be a passageway off of the main, part of the dungeon, I want to say. Yeah, I'm feeling the same way about this ladder that I felt about the last one, which is, forget it. Who needs it? Certainly not me. However, I suppose, ow. Yeah, I got a crazy idea in my head that I might want to deal with the scorpions. Maybe I want to change my mind back. The fact that they have that run-in attack, I've never very extensively dealt with the scorpions before. I'm usually kind of a hit-and-run-away sort of thing. It tends to be my approach with the scorpions. Oh, I forgot this hunter respawns. Yeah, that Rosmarinus could actually do some damage to me with the scorpion in pursuit. But let's actually lock on to the... Would you stop? Thank you. Alright, now I'm going to heal. That's about 1 blood vial's worth. You gotta keep... Stop! Let me move! Okay, whoa! That was close. Okay. Alright. I'm feeling better about the situation now. Wow. Dodged away from the very last bit of that tentacle. Thought they'd be easier to deal with that big two-handed weapon mode. Man, their sword was faster than mine. If they hadn't changed their attack pattern, I would be dead. Hunters are nasty. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Hunters are nasty. But that one's dealt with. So, let's turn our attention back to crossing off pathways in this room. I'm gonna get the shining coins out here. I have been up this ladder just now. I have been up this ladder more times than I would like, including not too long ago. Let's deal with this scorpion, because otherwise it is likely to make my life difficult. That was weird. Thank you. I don't know why it decided to stand still all of a sudden, but I'm glad it did. And I don't think there's anything down here. I think I've run down this way before, and I think it's just a whole lot of nothing. Is that a hole? Oh, it's like a tar pit? It doesn't have an oil effect. It just really slows me down. But I can still roll. Okay. Interesting. Could change the situation. And I've been down this way. So, maybe I shouldn't have bothered with the shining coins. Because those are all the other passages in this particular route. Also, I've got 197,000 blood echoes already. It's crazy. Look how fast they accumulate in these low-level chalices. I was kind of annoyed at the fact that I lost 100,000, and I didn't even have to fully retrace my steps, and I've got almost twice as many. Wild. In fact, that has me thinking maybe it's a good idea to go back to the dream before I press on in the dungeon. So I'm going to see you after I just jump back there for a second. And we're back. I well, let me just bring up my stats screen here. Got 1 level of strength. We're slowly, very slowly, getting to 50. I wonder if we'll be there by the time I finish the Chalice chat run. At the rate that we're going, we very well may be. Oh, I think I might have forgotten to mention this at the top. I normally like to say what exactly, what layer we're on of which place. This is layer 3 of the Great Ease Chalice. I have to remember that any one of these things might be spellcasters, even if they don't look like it. That's a good lesson to take away from that particular room. Wow, I don't do much to them if I don't have that buff going on, do I? A reason to possibly go with the bolt boost instead of the physical. All right, so there's the way to progress. There's someone to summon. I will look at them and possibly analyze their name if they're new, provided I'm confident that all the enemies have been dealt with. I was saying we're on layer 3, which... What? I don't understand the werewolves. They don't seem very on theme. The rats, I mean, you can kind of excuse the rats by saying rats are just everywhere. I actually kind of think that's a neat touch. The werewolves, though? I guess the idea could be that the Beastly Scourge is all over. And that just because this is in touch with the cosmos or whatever doesn't necessarily mean that there are no beasts. Yeah, but kind of on the topic of oh, hello. Goodbye. That was probably attached to some sort of switch. Is that very well disguised? Yes. Look at that. I was I was mere steps away from setting that off. Could have been quite bad. Okay, and I can switch back to... Actually, I don't see the reason to waste my durability on these things. When I start seeing an alien-type enemy, I'll switch back to my Tonitrus. But I keep starting to say, speaking of being on layer 3, I just have this question in mind as to whether this chalice is going to be 3 layers or 4. And I don't know, could really go either way. I kind of am inclined to doubt that the only chalice where... What's that sound? Oh, hello. Kind of am inclined to doubt that the only chalice with 4 layers is the lower Tumuru chalice. So probably it's this one. But I'm also trying to think of bosses that might show up. Because we've had... It sounds like it's one of those boulders is nearby. I'm trying to stay out of the way of lines of fire in case... Uh-oh. I really totally failed. I had no idea there were so many aliens. Uh-huh. Good thing I deactivated that trap. Nope, nope, nope. They attack faster than me. Get me out of here. Get me out of here. I need to reset this situation. They attack faster than me. Gotta move away. Tonitrus is not a fast weapon. It is a strong one, though. Wonderful. All this stuff I can't pick up. But yeah, I was trying to think of bosses. Because we've had a Brainsucker, which is fairly on theme. We've had a Celestial Emissary, which is also on theme. And if there's 2 more, I'm trying to think, there's got to be, like, this is the Ebrietus Chalice, right? This is the one where, ooh, 12, that's about as high as it gets. Uh-oh, is it going to cast a spell? No. All right, good news for me. So long. Maybe Rom? Maybe there's going to be another Rom layer. Oh, I bet that's a boulder passage over there. Yeah, basically I was having a hard time thinking of who the bosses would all be if this was a 4-layer dungeon. You know, I kind of think it might be. Since, I mean, Loran is the other kind of offshoot path, but it has 2 whole chalices, whereas I don't remember Ys having more than 1. Because there's Ailing Loran and then there's Lower Loran. I'm pretty sure with Ys, it's just this one. Okay. I think we've got this, room... Uh-oh. That's kind of scary. Could have triggered that somehow. Right there. Okay. But I think we've got this room more or less under control at this point. So, who is it that I could be summoning here? Hold on, why don't you let me answer that question, Gameplay Matt? Hi, Editing Matt here to save you from another needlessly long-winded explanation. So, first things first, this summon sign begins and ends with the same terms that I've already analyzed in Chalice Chat 42. The initial Furukaduro means Old Hunter, and the final Oyobu lets you know that you can summon the Old Hunter in question. You know, the one named between the Japanese punctuation marks that sort of look like L's flipped around in different ways. If we focus specifically on the name of that Old Hunter, though, things start to get more interesting. That's because the initial part of this name is actually a title. The first three characters here form the word Haka Abaki, which means something like grave robber or tomb raider. Literally, the first kanji means tomb, and the second kanji, together with the following phonetic character, make up a verb that in this case clearly means to rob a grave. The official translation for this term is tomb prospector, which I think is great because it gets across the basic meaning, has a period-appropriate sound, and avoids any IP issues or associations that might come up with tomb raider. Anyway, now that we've determined that this is a tomb prospector, the shift to the katakana phonetic script that comes after the term Haka Abaki lets us know that the rest of this name can be sounded out. But before we do that, it's important to take note of the dot partway through this katakana section. This indicates a break, meaning we're dealing with two different terms. The first one is sa, and the second one is guremiya. Now, guremiya is clearly a name, but the initial sa could actually be the title sir. That's because the Japanese pronunciation of that particular R sound is similar to what you might hear from an English speaker with a certain British or Bostonian accent, and it's indicated by a drawn-out ah sound. Of course, it's tough to be sure with katakana. It's also possible, for instance, that this is meant to be the name Sar, rather than the title Sir. Though personally, I'm inclined to think that it is in fact the appellation. If that's true, we have an interesting case where the official translation kind of glosses over this, since in English this Old Hunter is identified as Tomb Prospector Gremia, with no inclusion of the Sir. Now, I can think of at least two reasons why this would be a desirable choice. For one thing, character space has got to be limited on these single-line summon notifications. The Japanese takes up most of the available space as it is, and the English is always going to be longer. But beyond the concerns about length, there's also the unwieldiness of what is now potentially a string of 3 titles before a name. Old Hunter, Tomb Prospector, Sir Gremia. Taken together, I think the case for dropping the title and simply going with Tomb Prospector Gremia is a strong one, but I still wanted to highlight this choice because I think it's an interesting one. As for the English language pronunciation of the name, Gremia sounds a lot better to me than an alternative like Glemia. And on that note, I think we can finally get back to Gameplay Matt, who isn't even sure of the official translation here. I think they went with Gremia on this. I'll have to double check the official translation. That's not a name I see very much. It's definitely not one that I have memorized. And also not one I've talked about before, but now I have. And hopefully I didn't miss anything. Hopefully that didn't run on too long. If it did, kind of like I was experimenting with earlier. Oh, this is probably not going to open. Yep. Kind of like I was experimenting with earlier. I can kind of cut in the future when I'm editing the video and make a more succinct point. And if I made any sort of mistakes or didn't think of anything, I can kind of fill in those details. All right. I think there's this door, and then there's the one other door that I was guessing would lead to the boulder room. So I'm going to go with this door first. This is a little bit against my policy because I like to go through open passages before opening doors, but this one was closer, so I wanted to get on with the action, and this was a way to do it. And boy, did I get on with the action. We have an alerter guy. Yep. Now I have to deal with all of this. You know what? I want to come through this doorway and blast you all with a lightning spell. There are way more cost-effective ways of dealing with 3 enemies than what I just did, but I wanted to do it, and so I did it. And also, this is kind of a little bit of a moot point based off of my current stock situation. But I know there's a bunch of stuff I couldn't pick up in that other room. Probably a large number of it consists of bullets. And I am I'm maxed out on my storage capacity for bullets at the moment. So I'm feeling like, I can be a little bit expensive as I work through this. And I'm just going to run around here and pick up some of these bullets after I've spent so many. Clear up some of the just treasures that are lying about unused on the floor now. Oh! Every time I trip one of those switches, it's scary. Uh-huh. That pile was clearly a pile of blood vials, and if there's only one left, I can also fortify my stock with some blood bullets and get another blood vial. Oh, there's more than one left. There must have been... I think, if I recall correctly, that was like a stash that had just been lying out in the dungeon. Because normally, if it's a drop from an enemy, you only get 1 or 2 blood vials. But the stashes will frequently have like 6 or 8 or something like that. So, quite a large number of bullets there. Not bullets, blood vials. Alright, well, we got there. Okay, this was the doorway with all the dead foes. And there I was saying how I went through this door because it was... Ah! Oh boy, forgot about you. Because it was closer and handier. And it turns out the other passage is just literally across the way. But I'm committed now. We're going this way. What else is over here? Oh, is this the other part of the... Yep. This is the circle around for the one-way door. Man, some of the loopbacks for these doors are incredibly short, and some of them are very long. And I can never tell which one is going to be which. But let's find out what's in this treasure chest. Ah, it's a yellow backbone. Okay. Chalice materials are all fine and dandy. Hey! Ah, this isn't the one-way door I was thinking it was. However, I did clear up the pre-lantern path, that one kind of door that seemed to lead to nowhere. That solves that question. Also makes much more geographic sense, I think, than the loopback that I was thinking of, which was that it would come back to this room. But I don't have the strongest sense of geography, so tend not to rely on that. All right, so we do have a door down that way, but usually there's also something off kind of down the path that these boulders roll on. So let's start by running to the right, and and okay, here it is, shooting off to the left. And what do we have here? Yeah, this is usually some sort of treasure room. And indeed, it looks like we have some sort of treasure room. And it looks like, yep, it looks like we have a mind flayer who is patrolling. I can't remember how they feel about executioner's gloves. If I recall correctly, they do sort of okay. Or the executioner's gloves deal like a reasonable but not astonishing amount of damage to them. Whoa! Uh-oh. It got me. I wasn't fast enough to break free of the grapple. Wait a minute. I shouldn't have stopped. I stopped pressing the shoulder buttons because I thought, oh, I failed to break the grab early, and then I forgot. You can keep mashing to also get less of your insight drained. Oh well. I've got plenty of insight, so not exactly feeling that that's a huge loss. Alright, on with my statue vendetta. It's really something else when the enemies have access to long-range spells, because I'm so used to being able to, with relative abandon, fire off those executioner's gloves and, not have to worry about the enemy having any way of responding. Actually, given things that I've said before, it might make sense as I'm destroying these statues to do it with a weapon that is a little bit more durable. Don't trust you, statue. Don't trust any of you, statues. That one could have gotten me, but it didn't. My overabundance of caution. My overabundance of caution. I'll never know, I suppose, the situations in which it does or doesn't pay off. So we had 2 treasures off to the opposite side. We've always got kind of one main one in the center. We've got 2 off on this side. So let's just work our way around the room, shall we? Start with this one. What do we have here? Ah, some high-level Tomb Mold. There we go. I knew I was going to need some Tomb Mold 5 at some point. Got all that Tomb Mold 4 in the Defiled Chalice. Now we're getting some Tomb Mold 5. And some red jelly. And what have we here? Oh. Remember how I said there's always a main chest? There's not always a main chest. That's funny. Okay. But we do have a bunch of other stuff on this side. What do we have here? More red jelly. Okay. And what do we have here? Gonna be more Tomb Mold? That's my guess. More Tomb Mold. Nope. Totally wrong. That was a huge number of Sage's skulls, though. Okay. So that's that treasure room dealt with. And I don't want to run into... Okay. I had a little bit more leeway than I was expecting. Don't want to run into a boulder. That would not be fun. Gotta wait for the next boulder to arrive. And then I'm going to run to the passage here and then turn a left. And I'm going to wait for... Yeah, good thing I did. I would never have made it. And now we go for the door. Okay, what's in this room? Oh, there's a werewolf. Oh, wow! Oh, that's crazy. And I had like 210,000 blood echoes almost. Alright, here we are again. And I can't forget there is a massive horde. Look at them all. Look at them all, like, parading around. And that's probably only like half of them. Massive horde of those enemies. Those aliens just wandering this giant room. And there's also a couple of traps that I need to be careful of. So, I want to deal with this situation somewhat cautiously. I'm tempted to run back and just grab my blood echoes, because there were quite a lot of them. I mean, I say that. Apparently, they just throw blood echoes at you at this stage. But still, for me, there were quite a lot of them. And I want to make sure that I don't lose them. But I feel like if I rush ahead to just get back to where I died, it's not going to work out well for me. I'm going to leave something untended, and that is going to expose me to danger and possibly cause me to die and lose them all again. So, aha! I found a statue. It's probably a bad statue. I think around that corner is where we have a bunch more of the, yep, aliens. And I forgot there were 2 werewolves. I remembered that there were werewolves in here, but I forgot how many. Oh, I should not have dodged that. I got very lucky in that particular fight. Alright. Oops. Well. That actually worked out. I was going to say that was a little bit wasteful because I was sure I was only going to get 2 blood vials there. But instead I got 3, and so the fact that I wasted one just didn't matter. Alright. Anyway, I remember that around here, I remember I was destroying a bunch of these incense burners when I ran into the other giant parade of aliens. Okay, and there's the second statue. I only remember there being 2 statues. If there's a third one, I'm in serious trouble. Alright. Destroying the incense burners. Staying on the lookout for aliens. Oh, there are some. And there are more. Okay. Let's remember to buff up here. Some blood bullets. How do you feel about the Executioner's gloves? I don't know if I've tested that against the aliens. about as strong as an attack from the Tonitrus. I forgot to compare the actual numbers, but health bar wise, seemed pretty similar. Oh, I noticed we're going a little bit long. 411, so not actually quite as strong, but reasonably close. 516. Anyway, I see we're going a little bit long, but I kind of want to at least get to the point where I've got my blood echoes back, and at that point, maybe finish the exploration before I call the episode. Plus, I feel like, just there are certain natural stopping points where as long as I haven't gone on for, like, way too long, it's not that big of an issue if I extend to. So I think I'll try pressing on until I've fully explored the main section here. Are these all going to be bullets? No. Some of them will be gems that I can't use. Okay. Oh, hello there. I nearly overlooked you. Okay, let's switch back to my cleaver. I'm hearing something quite nasty moving about. Alright, got those dealt with. I want to deal with all these incense burners so that things aren't hiding from me anymore. And possibly, nope, please face the right direction. Okay. No secrets. Possibly pressure plates that could result in my untimely demise, like that one, where I feel like I've already destroyed the statue for it. Okay, things are looking a lot clearer in here with those out of the way. So let's turn back to the business of... Oh, I was thinking the werewolf would have my blood echoes, but it's this guy. Oh, I probably could have rushed this situation if I wanted to. Just that guy. Now I have an absurd number of them. Holy smokes. Alright, I've got my cleaver selected, and I'm just going to keep running here. There's probably something else nasty in this room, but now that werewolf is dealt with. Okay. Good enough. I'll take it. Got max vials at the moment. Okay. If there is something else nasty in this room, it's not immediately obvious. Just rolling against some walls here. Like I do. Not seeing any secret paths. Oh, here's someone else to summon. I wonder if this will also be someone new. Nope, it's Weirdo Waller again. Madman Waller, I think, is the official translation. Talked about that one before, but I think it was in the last series of Chalice chats, so not everyone might be familiar that that's just a silly name that I call that particular character. Keeping an eye out for enemies before I explore any passages. So there was, ooh, another level 12. That's cool. Tons of blood echoes for me. Oh, did I find the, it looks like I found the messenger bath. Started that as a question, even though I could clearly see it. I bet they sell the other Sinister, yep, here it is. Sinister Ease. Pick it up. For a paltry sum. I remember, I think they're all about 20,000, at least I want to say they are. I remember when I was really balking at that price, but when it was a huge investment. Now, I've got 342,000 left over after paying it. All right, so I'm starting on the upper floor here as I explore down these remaining corridors. Also, somewhere in here, so I'm looking for things that I still need to look for. I still need to look for a return path for the, what do you call it? Oh, let's find out if those are blood vials or not. I still need to look for a return path. No, those are bullets. For the one-way door in the main room. And I also still need to find the path with the lever. because I still haven't found that. Alright, so this is the only other passageway I can use on this higher level. There is, of course, still the lower level. Oh, two lantern dudes. Means the lever might be in this room. A good probability. Uh-huh. There are frequently enemies lurking in corners in a room like this. Is my lantern on? No, it's not. I thought the lighting was a little bit low. Alright. Don't see any enemies here. Oh, I should be looking up. I've several times in searching these corridors, I have found spiders hanging from the ceiling. Or, I haven't found them. I've been ambushed by them. And while I'm looking for enemies that might be lurking besides that distant brain sucker, might as well look for spiders. Alright. Is it just... It looks like it's just the brain sucker and the lever. Well, I'll take it. I'm not going to argue. Oops. Hit me. Fortunately, I don't... not really the end of the world if I get hit by a brain sucker. Let's see. There was something that was over here. Oh, it's a candle. Every time, without... Well, not every time, but very frequently. I've talked about it quite a bit. The, making out the candles as opposed to the, item glow really messes me up. Alright, so we've got the door unlocked. That just leaves the loop back to the one-way door in the main room, which is probably going to be one of the passages in the lower portion of that ladder room that's just over here. So let's run back and verify that. And when I have done so, I think that'll be a pretty good point to call the episode, because at that point, all that will be left will be the boss area, which means I will either be dealing next time... Oh, yep, here we go. It's the loop back, I think. Give me like a dead enemy or something. Somewhere. Some sign. Yeah, there we go. Dead werewolf. That'll do. And a bunch of items that I haven't picked up. Is any one of these blood vials? Oh, these are, yeah. These are aliens, so it's probably all bullets. There might be blood vials somewhere in there. Okay. Oh, speaking of which, there we go. That was a blood vial. Is there any other way to go? I don't think so. Well, I mean, this turned into a very handy loop back. I was thinking I was going to have to use a Bold Hunter's Mark, but since I happened to loop right back into this room, that seems like it's going to be unnecessary. Next time, we will go through that passageway over there, and I will either be dealing with a pre-boss passageway or the boss, and that may or may not be the last boss in Ease. I got a little bit of a decision to make about what we're going to do after that. I will inform you of that as we continue to go on. Until next time, though, I appreciate you spending time with me as I go through the Chalice dungeons. I hope you've enjoyed the episode, and until next time, thanks for watching, everyone. Yeah, more free blood echoes. Also, I can't gesture. Please gesture. Please gesture. All right, I give up. Wrong. The way some of these episodes end. You know what? Hurrah. Thanks for watching, everyone.